So now that we have a rough draft here of everything, let's go ahead and make it look pretty and connect everything and add our execution occurrences. So we have our activation or our execution occurrence right here. I'm going to drop it onto our user interface. Our user interface is going to be interacting the whole time, so I'm just going to pull this down. Our actor doesn't need it. And let's see, we have an interaction here with our user list, so I'm going to pull this over here as well. But this is right where it starts, so I'm going to leave it here. So I pulled this down here, and it's because this execution occurrence is waiting on this information to come back. So this object is in use and making calls for this duration. And so we're going to have it from here until it returns. Okay, so then we're going to call the constructor. Let's see, we need this. All right, now this goes all the way to the top of the employee. So this is, it essentially is trying to show, hey, this has been in execution since the object was created. So I'm going to pull that up there. There you go. Now we have all of our execution occurrences. I'm going to pull this line up a little here. And now we're just going to go through and pretty up the details. I'm going to pause and do that because it can be a bit tedious and take a little bit of a long time. So give me just a second. I remembered I found a quick way to do this, and so let me show you how really quickly. I grab the line and I move it over to where I want the arrow to be. Then I pull the back end of the arrow over. Now see how that's overlapping? If you want that to be behind, which we do, the execution occurrence, you can always right click and press to back. And I don't like that there either, so I'm going to do to back, to back. So these execution occurrences look really clean. You can always pull it, the execution occurrence forward as well. So to front. Oh, why aren't you working now? Anyways, small detail there. I'm going to pull this over. Whoops, don't grab the orange little button. That always trips me up. That used to always trip me up. So I'm going to pull this over. I'm going to tap it over a little bit and pull it right there. Control Shift B also should send that to the back. Oh, that worked. Good. Let's do that on this one. Control Shift B will send that to the back. And I don't know why that one's not working. Anyways, let's pull this over here and then drag our end back. Pull it over and drag our end back. That seems to be the best way to do that. All right, now that we have all of our arrows lined up, we are going to need a frame. So our frame is here also, it's right here. We're going to pull it over here, zoom out a little, and we're just going to encompass our entire sequence diagram. And we're going to come back over to our extended use scenario and copy the title and paste it in here. And we're going to grab the orange button and pull it over. Notice there's an extra space here. It's because I need to remove it. And now we have our extended or our sequence diagram. If you want to make changes to any of this after you've added the frame, make sure to send that frame to the back so that you can access your objects, because it is an object that is overlaying every other element here on the diagram. So keep that in mind if you want to edit this again. All right, there is our example. Let's jump into the next video and talk about some of the interactions and how they look using sequence diagrams.